Hello and welcome to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brett Chapin. Thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists. And sitting in as guest co-host today is none other than the very talented composer and photographer, Adam Emperor Southard.
Hi, Brett.
Hey, Adam.
How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Adam is a former guest on the show, and he's done some publicity photos for us. And
True.
Yeah, we thought we'd have him come back and do a little guest co-hosting today. But you're actually a composer too.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a playwright and songwriter. So, yeah, last time I was in here, I was talking about my first musical. I'm in the midst of working on my next one. But I'm taking it a whole different angle this time. Like the last time I literally wrote the whole show, or the first draft of the whole show, in like a month. Like it was just a huge outpouring of creativity. And this time I'm just kind of riding it out. I'm not trying to force anything.
All right. So letting it flow organically.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm about 6 songs in right now. So I'm just kind of working at it from the song angle first, and then I'm going to go in with the dialogue and everything else.
Now, is that normal? Is that how you normally work? Songs first and then words?
My main rule of creativity is never to force it. Like I know a lot of people like to sit down and write for a half hour a day, or they force creativity. And for me, it's just when it strikes is when I need to sit down and write. So I'm not forcing it at all. I'll write a few songs, then maybe I'll connect them through the story later.
That's really cool. So you never suffer from writer's block, really, because it's on your own.
No need. Just go out and live, and it'll hit you. And I'll maybe write a few songs, record it on my iPhone so I don't forget it, or a few chords, record it, and then I'll walk away, and then I'll hear a melody later in the day or in the shower or the next week. It doesn't, I'll let it come.
Okay, makes sense.
Maybe.
Very cool.
It's not very productive. It feels like it's slow sometimes, but it also feels more in the moment. So
as long as it gets done at a certain point.
Someday, right?
I mean, yeah. Some of those blockbusters out there have taken years to write.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'll just write one musical a decade, and,
and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
And if they're all as successful as Wicked, then you've got no problems.
Hey, you just need a couple great ones, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you also do photography, right?
I do.
Yeah. At bestlaheadshots.com.
Nailed it, Brett.
Yeah, you can find almost didn't nail it, but I got it. You can find information. Adam does headshots. You do wedding photography, things like that as well.
All of the above. Yeah, I started off just doing photos for actor friends because getting headshots can be so expensive.
Sure.
But every time you get a haircut or you look different, you kind of need them. Otherwise, you're not selling yourself correctly. And so I just started doing it for friends like a decade ago, and now it's like I'm finally taking it seriously as my career. So.
Oh, very
it's
cool.
been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some cool guests today. I'm excited. We've got
sure do.
Nathan Parrett from NBC's The Voice, and he's doing a show called Spring Awakening, which is an amazing, amazing musical right now. He's going to come in and tell us about that. And also casting director Joanna Moyer. So if you guys have any questions for either one of them, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk and twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. There's a flashy light in this room.
You don't like it?
It's
with the music, it feels very psychedelic. I like it. Kind of got a disco feeling going on.
Cool. If I go into a seizure later, it's not my fault.
All right.
We'll be back on La La Land today with Brett and Adam Emperor Southard on CRN Digital Talk. Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin, and we're joined today by casting director Joanna Moyer. If you have any questions for Joanna, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. But before I get to Joanna, I forgot to tell you during the last segment, well, both of you guys, I'm kind of excited because Tuesday night, I'm going to the opening of Memphis at the Pantages Theater.
Nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an amazing show. The tour is coming to the Pantages.
Now you're going in blind, right? Like you don't know much about the show, you haven't heard a lot of the music.
No, I don't know a lot about the show at all.
Do you always do that?
I kind of like that. Yeah,
Nice.
Because then I can see the show, I can be pleasantly surprised. It's really cool.
Nice.
So if you guys want to see Memphis, which is sure to be an amazing show, make sure you visit the Pantages at BroadwayLA.org and find out all information on that and your tickets and all that good stuff. But getting to Joanna. Hey,
Sure,
Joanna.
Brett, I'd love to go see Memphis on Tuesday night.
Yeah, where's our free tickets? Right? Now's the offer.
Well, it's supposed to be an awesome show, so it's probably going to be worth paying for, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Joanna.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Thanks for coming in and talking to us.
It's an honor to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
I love talking to casting directors. You never get the chance, like in an outdoor setting, where you can actually talk about things, because there's such a pressure center at auditions, and it never feels natural, right? So it's fun to actually just get to chat.
Yeah. Maybe Joanna will cast us in something today.
I don't think it works like that, Brad.
Maybe? No.
Yeah. Oh, we're perfect for. No. I have a question for you.
Have you submitted on Actors Access to any of my breakdowns?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That would help.
They just run into you on the street and you get cast, isn't that? I do have a question for you.
Sure.
Okay. The last commercial audition I was on last week, there was people dressed for seamstresses and people dressed for doctors, full-on costumes. And a part of me really doesn't like that, and I was wondering what your thoughts were.
Well,
question.
Yes, it is. A lot of casting directors cringe at that sort of overt, like, oh, I'm going to wear a complete doctor's outfit. Definitely don't do it for a theatrical audition. A stethoscope too?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Detailed.
Right?
Most casting directors advise actors to wear something that hints at the person's profession as opposed to actually wearing the full-on costume, because then it looks like it's Halloween in the lobby. It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, for commercials, though, there is an advantage to having a headshot that does portray the look you're going for. So if your main, niche is playing a businessman, then you should have shots that show you as a businessman. So I'm not surprised that happened, especially at a commercial.
Like a lot. I was wondering if I missed a new trend or something.
And were the seamstresses wearing, like, did they have a tape measure around their neck?
Around their neck. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
And
amazing.
what were you wearing?
I was dressed as a normal person who fit the role as a prospective boyfriend. Like, it was like I was dressed just casually as that guy.
Were you auditioning for the doctor?
No.
You were auditioning for the random boyfriend.
Yeah, so I guess I was dressed like that, but that's a casual look. If I was for the doctor, I would not have had a lab coat or...
You would have worn a suit or a button down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Business kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with picking colors that sort of... I mean, for a doctor, you might wear white or, like, light blue as far as your button down goes. But...
confession.
Most people do. You do get laughed at sometimes for.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
This is what I want behind closed doors.
But at the same time, I mean, if I'm casting a hooker, then like I want to. Like unfortunately, that means you might be auditioning.
Right.
In something form-fitting that at least gives me an idea of what you're going to look like in a halter top and a miniskirt.
That makes sense.
Earlier on in my career, I used to do that all the time. I would dress as the part, and I never got cast any of those times that I did that. Yeah.
Right.
And now I know why.
Although it is kind of funny when you see sort of women walking around Hollywood and they look like, the walk of shame, but they're actually just going to audition somewhere.
Right,
but it's 2 p.m. and they're wearing club outfits. So that's...
Yeah.
But, it's Hollywood. People dress weird all the time, so...
I like that you said suggested, because that's where I've always been, and I was wondering if I missed the boat on something.
You're doing
right.
You're doing fine. That's exactly what you should be doing, is wearing an outfit that's appropriate, but yeah.
But you cast a show called The Secret Diary of an American Cheerleader, right?
Yes, correct.
And it's pretty popular on YouTube. I notice you have tens of thousands of hits.
Yeah, it's done really
awesome.
well. And actually, on that note, just not to revisit this whole topic.
Were they dressed as cheerleaders?
A few did, but in that case, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, I mean, they're auditioning to be, like, high school cheerleaders. So if you actually were a cheerleader in high school and you wore your outfit, that's not completely goofy. Mm-hmm. But as an actor, the chances that you also have a medical degree are probably pretty slim. So
was there a lot of physical activity in the audition room as well?
I did not cast the stunt people. We actually had professional cheerleaders fly into Los Angeles to shoot. Specifically, episode 4 was very stunt heavy, had a lot of routines. And so we had real cheerleaders do guest star roles for those parts. I cast actors that tended to potentially have a cheerleading background, but they're trained actors. I was casting them for their talent, not for can you do a backflip. Like none of the series regulars had to do any stunts. They did do some things that were physical, but we weren't about to have them do anything on set that would have put their safety in jeopardy as far as stunts go.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what was your biggest challenge during casting of that show?
Oh gosh.
Was there a particular role that was hard to cast, or?
Well, actually, the lead role was very easy to cast because we had a lovely actress called Neva Mae McIntosh who just sort of, she blew me away, and I just really was sold on her. And so I pushed very hard to producers that she was the one and that she would carry the show and that she was, you know, miles better than all these other actors who were really good too. But I just thought she had a very, she was really good at being emotionally vulnerable. It is sort of a teen drama show. She has a secret. I won't tell you what it is because you should watch all 6 episodes of the show to find out.
Secret's in the title, Brett.
Yeah.
Yes, she has a secret diary.
Is she an American
She is an
cheerleader?
American cheerleader.
Nice.
Here's the twist. She's Italian.
So as far as difficulties casting, I mean, you know, for example, I held 2 sessions. I saw a bunch of young women who were supposed to be playing, you know, a 16, 17-year-old cheerleader who had to, you know, look like they could be a cheerleader and hopefully move that way, et cetera, and also, you know, be really good at acting.
Sure.
And after my 2 sessions, I felt like I had really seen, you know, some amazing options. And my producer came back to me and, well, but could we just try to see more girls, you know, prettier girls? And I was like, are you kidding? These girls are very pretty. They look young enough. And so at that point, I went beyond the agency submissions and looked at the direct submissions, so the actors that submitted on Actors Access. And I actually, one of the actors who has a great agent and everything, submitted that way. Her agent probably was too big to bother with, you know, with a show that...
I love that. That's important.
Right, and so it was actually a girl called Katie Gill. She was the young child in Money Train, which I saw when I was probably below the age of 18. So yeah, but... That I think a lot of the difficulties you have, you know, making the producers happy, and then you also have the actors to, you know,
makes a lot of sense.
as well. Yeah.
Guys, if you have any questions for the very talented casting director, Joanna Moyer, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Adam on CRN Digital Talk. Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin. That's Adam Emperor Southard. We're talking with casting director Joanna Moyer. If you have any questions for Joanna, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. And Joanna, I wanted to find out, because we got some actors listening, I'm sure, how can people find out information about you if they want to submit to you for projects? Is it just through Actors Access, or is there another way?
I pretty much decide where I'm submitting the breakdown based on the project itself. So because, you know, talent agents for commercials, they're submitting on LA Casting primarily. So commercial breakdowns tend to be released on LA Casting, as well as like print, music video, that type of thing. And I'm just talking about the agency side of things.
Sure.
So for theatrical, it's they use Breakdown Express, which translated for actors, some projects are released to both agents and to actors. So if the project is released to actors, then yes, you're correct. It would be on Actors Access. So for anything that I'm casting that is film or TV, I use Actors Access, definitely. So that's where I released my breakdown for Secret Diary of an American Cheerleader. That's where I released my short film breakdowns, you know, SAG Ultra Low Budget, that type of thing. I did recently cast what was considered more of sort of web commercial, like hosting. And so I actually tried out LA Casting for that particular job. But I tend to use Actors Access much more.
I like Actors Access better, personally.
Yeah, and they also cost less to the actor as far as, you know, when they want to change their pictures or that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think any smart actor should be on, you know, lacasting.com and actorsaccess.com. I just, you know, most of us have a preference of one or the other.
Most people do submissions on both if they're very serious about obtaining acting work on their own, as well as, you know, having their agent do submissions on their behalf for the jobs that pay more. I also have a casting page on Facebook where I will post I'll give people a heads up. Oh, I just released a breakdown. This is where to find it. And that one is Moyer Casting. So I'm pretty sure it's facebook.com/Moyer Casting.
Facebook.com/Moyer Casting. And you're also on IMDb too, right?
I am, yes.
Very cool.
Yes. Eagerly adding my credits.
I love
Always
that
fun.
you mentioned that one of the people cast was someone who self-submitted. I think that's really important for people to know, because I think it's so easy to get caught up in, I don't have this agent or this manager, I can't book anything. It's
She has one of the top 5 agencies.
Right.
It's not because she doesn't have an agent, and actually she has the highest star meter out of the entire cast. So I don't know if maybe she had a manager that had her passwords and was using her account, because she actually seemed unaware that she had submitted to the job, which was kind of funny.
Huh.
For the most part, though, my trouble with these self-submissions were actors that thought that they could play 18 to look younger and clearly were too old. And if I'm looking for someone mid-20s, then wonderful. It'll say mid-20s on the breakdown. But if it says 18 to look younger and you don't look like you can pass for high school, then why are you... There were just... The submissions were of a different quality.
Right.
The self-submissions versus the agency submissions definitely were quite different as far as the level of talent and what they thought that they could do.
I get so tired. I hear actors say all the time, I can't get work. And it's like, what are you doing? You're relying on your agent the whole time? Like, you're not. You've really got to be aggressive, and you really got to push and submit yourself. You can't rely on your agent to do all the work for you.
You really do have to be proactive. And for a lot of the projects that I cast are not necessarily released to agents, because if I'm casting a short film that is, festival bound, might even have an A-list actor in it, but all the supporting characters are copy, credit, and meals, why am I going to release that to agencies? They can't make a commission off of it.
Right.
So if you want to get these, films that are going to help you build your reel, potentially go to a festival, sure. Are you maybe working a day or two, for free? Yes. And that's up to you to decide whether you're willing to do that or not.
Sure.
But if it is one of those films, you have to submit on it yourself. No one's going to submit for you for a non-paying role. And even, in the case with like a web series that might pay $100 a day, or an ultra low budget that pays $100 a day, a lot of agents don't have the time to submit you for a job like that where they're only going to make a $10 commission.
Sure.
But the fact that you do those are great, because that means actors are meeting with you. Maybe this job's for free, but you know them. You've seen them work now. Maybe you'll keep them in mind for the next one.
Oh, definitely. And if I like you as an actor in one project, I will continue to keep casting you. There's even actors I couldn't cast in Secret Diary that I really liked, and I keep trying to find them work.
Nice. You're being helpful.
There were
That's
so
very
many
cool.
good actors. I wish I could have given them all jobs.
Casting director Joanna Moyer, thanks so much for coming in and joining us.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
We are going to be back with Nathan Parrett, actor, vocalist. If you have any questions for him, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Adam on CRN Digital Talk.
Sniffed me out like I was Tanqueray, 'cause you're my fella, my guy. Hand me your Stella and fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear me down like Roger Moore. I cheated
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin. That's Adam Emperor Southard. And that, coming back in from the commercials, was the very talented Mr. Nathan Parrett. Thanks for joining us,
Thank
Nathan.
you. Happy to be here again.
Yes, good to have you back. And that was a clip from your performance on The Voice, NBC's The Voice.
Yes. Season 2 of The Voice, Team Adam.
Very nice.
Very brief.
Very brief, but a national TV appearance, not too
Absolutely.
shabby.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Very cool. But you're a singer. You've
am.
been on The Voice, but you're an actor too, and you're actually doing a show right now.
Absolutely. I'm doing Spring Awakening right now in LA. Spring Awakening in concert, rather.
Nice.
Kind of a new interpretation of it. sort of a rock concert vibe, I guess you could say. So it's been pretty good.
Very cool. And that's playing, it actually closes Sunday, right?
Closes Sunday.
Okay.
Tickets are on sale at, I have to have all my information here. You know how it is.
Of course.
Plays411.net/awakening. It might be sold out tomorrow night, but tickets are going fast for tonight. So definitely go on in there and purchase.
Guys, get your tickets. I got to say, I think Spring Awakening is one of the most phenomenal musicals out there.
The music
Modern
is
musical.
excellent.
Yeah,
So good.
it is
Yeah.
excellent. And we have a live band on stage, and we just rock out. So it's a great time.
Sounds great. You know, people have this idea about musicals that it's all, Rodgers and Hammerstein and things
Right.
like that. But there's a lot of really cool modern musicals that are out there,
Absolutely.
Wicked, Jason Robert Brown stuff, Spring Awakening. So
Absolutely.
get
Yeah.
your tickets, guys.
Get your tickets. And it's supporting Love is Louder, which is a great charity. It's a benefit concert, and closes tomorrow night. So hurry up.
Nice. What do they do over at Love is Louder?
Love is Louder is a non-exclusive, it's an all-inclusive charity. It basically just lends itself to the idea that love is louder than anything. Love is louder than the place that you come from. Love is louder than hateful words. Love is louder than war. Whatever that is for you. Love is louder than homophobia. It's really an all-inclusive charity that we're really passionate about.
Very cool. And I actually saw your solo show that you
Yeah.
did. Phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Are you working on any music right now? I know you're recording your EP, right?
I am. I'm getting in the studio this week to start recording some on my EP, so I'm really, really excited about that.
Originals or covers?
Originals.
All right.
Originals. Yeah.
So what does that sound like? What does an original Nathan Parrett song sound like?
A little angry. No. Original. I don't know. I'm really excited about this. It's a new journey for me. I've been writing since I was a child, but I haven't been fully realizing, what I've been writing. So to be able to finally do that is great. And I'm getting out of that mindset of, I love that song, I'm going to cover that.
Right.
Oh, I love that song, I'm going to cover that.
Yeah.
A similar feel, though? Like a lot of if you haven't gone to his YouTube channel, guys, just do it now. It's almost at 200,000 views, by the way. I don't know if that's amazing.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
But like so many of the songs are very soulful, Nina Simone, Adele. I mean, is that kind of your vibe?
Well, I come from a Southern gospel background,
Okay.
really, and I think a lot of my inspiration comes from the 40s and 50s soul and jazz and also 60s and 70s folk music. So
Nice.
I think it's impossible for that to not sort of come out of you as an artist, through osmosis. Of course, that's my style now, I guess. Yeah. So
Very cool.
I'm really excited to show you guys what that is. So
Cool.
Can't
I'll
wait
have to
to
be
see
back on.
And you got to play some music next time you come back on. We want to hear you sing.
Absolutely.
That'd be very cool. The thing that I really like about you as an artist is you're a pretty unassuming guy. You're pretty, mellow person. But then you get on stage and this huge voice comes out of you and all this like passion. It's very, very cool to watch.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we actually have a call for you too.
All right.
We have Caitlin on line 1 from Los Angeles. Hey, Caitlin.
Hey.
Hello, Caitlin.
My name is Jillian. I'm here with my friend Caitlin,
Oh, hello,
Joanna,
Jillian.
and Lucy. And we just had a few questions for you about Spring Awakening. Caitlin's going to ask away.
These are some cast members.
So, one, who do you think is the sexiest member of the cast?
Oh, man.
2, what is your favorite moment of the show?
Oh, my favorite moment of the show. Why don't you tell me who? No. Oh, man. Sexiest member of the cast. You, Caitlin. Absolutely,
Whoa,
hands down.
Whoa.
You guys have to come and see the show. All of the people that they sort of assembled are solo artists and doing their own things with music. So everybody's extremely talented, and there are a lot of amazing moments. That's my most general answer.
That's such a general,
It's safe as
very politically correct.
But I love you guys. Thank you for calling.
We love you. Love you.
You're really handsome.
You're really
Oh,
handsome, Jonah. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling, guys. So with Spring Awakening, you're doing shows. It's a 2-week run, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've been getting some phenomenal reviews, haven't you?
We have.
What are
yeah.
people saying?
People are really loving. One of the things that I think is sticking out the most for me, or something that I was kind of trying to achieve, I guess, is my character itself. I think was always sort of a mockery. There's a gay scene, and I feel like a lot of the humor in that scene always came from the fact that it was two guys kissing. I think it was nervousness of the audience, and what I hope is that people are sort of more intrigued and laughing about the fact that I'm sort of the biggest asshole in the world and I'm seducing this younger gay character. So I hope that everybody sees a different side of Spring Awakening.
I'm sure they will. It's a phenomenal show. If you guys have any questions for the very talented Nathan Parrett, make sure you give us a call at 1-800. Yeah, I can talk. 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. And you can find Nathan on YouTube. You can find Nathan on Facebook, on Twitter, at Parrot Nation, or at Parrot Nathan. He's all over the place. We'll be back on La La Land today with Brett and Adam Emperor Southard on CRN Digital Talk. Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin. That's Adam Emperor Southard. We're talking with a very talented Nathan Parrett, singer, actor, but we actually have a question for the last person we spoke with, who happens to still be in the studio, luckily, Joanna de Moyer. We have Lori from Illinois. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Hi. I know who this is.
Hey.
What's your question, Lori?
Well, this is Nathan's mother.
Uh-huh.
Why, hello. Your son is very talented. I was enjoying hearing him sing there.
Well, my question is, if Joanna, if you have any job opportunities of acting in mind for Nathan.
She's
Nice,
always
Lori.
taking submissions forever.
You are a very supportive mother, and actors are blessed to have someone like you. I'm curious as to whether when he was growing up you were a stage mom. Did he start singing at a young age?
Well, actually, he was instead of singing at a young age, he was always the center of attention, doing impressions and making everybody laugh. Is what he did.
Impressions?
Aw.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Who do you do impressions of?
Oh, man, I used to do so many, I bet. I would mock. I think the singing started by mocking. I think that singing was really the beginning of the mockery was what it was, because I just wanted to sound like, I was just belting Whitney Houston in my house and stuff like that.
There you go.
I mean, Lori, I have to tell you personally, I'm a big fan of sultry jazz, and the cover that you chose is also the it's like the theme song for that show about a British call girls.
Yeah.
So I really like that song because it's like, I've heard it many times when I was watching the show, and it's usually a woman singing it. But I mean, your rendition was spot on.
Thank you so much.
I had no idea I was listening to him sing. I thought it was just some random intro music, and it's like jamming away. Had no idea that the singer was sitting right next to me. I'm not sitting in front of my computer with all of my roles at the moment, and I actually am I'm currently reading 2 feature-length scripts, so I don't really know yet what roles I'm necessarily casting, as I've wrapped a few short films and I'm sort of examining, taking on more projects. But I will definitely be keeping him in mind, and I'm sure that he'll listen to the interview later and think, oh yeah, I guess I'll make sure to submit myself or have my agent submit me to any projects.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But he might be out of my price range.
Oh, everyone has a price now.
You might be surprised.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
These beautiful services we provide on La La Land. Not only do we
Exactly.
interview people, we get people jobs too. This is great. Well, thank you for giving birth to Lori. Thank you for giving birth to Nathan, Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, Nathan.
Love you.
Aw.
Love you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Joanna.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Uh-huh.
Love stage mom.
Your mom's
Gotta love
adorable.
stage. She's adorable.
Yeah.
And your mom's awesome 'cause she called last time you were on, too.
Leave it. Yep. She'll call next time too, and the next time.
So
She's
supportive.
There. She's there for me.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Has that been a big thing for you? Your family's always been very supportive.
They have, a lot of the singing started in church, know, so that was always very family oriented. So they've always been there.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's great. Not bad, huh, Adam?
Oh, I'm sorry. I love your mom's adorable. Did they fly out to see The Voice?
They did.
They were in the audience?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's fantastic.
NBC actually did that for everybody. They flew everybody's parents.
Oh, that's cool.
And put them
nice.
up.
That's
Yeah.
great. So what's Adam like? Adam Levine. He's. I know that's kind of a cheesy question, but
Well-
I'm curious.
Well, Adam is extremely busy. That goes without being said. So it's really hard to tack him down. I think it's hard for probably members of his own family to tack him down at this point. He's always on the road and always busy, but he's always there. I can email him or direct message him on Twitter, and he'll be there. To offer advice. If ever.
Oh, so he's
That's really
remained
cool.
contact and still responds. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not emailing him every day. I'm
Yeah.
not emailing him weekly.
Right.
But he's extremely busy. But he's there.
We
so.
had his brother Michael Levine on recently.
who I'm really good friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Coolest guy. If Adam's anything like Michael, he's a
Yeah.
very cool guy.
he's great.
Awesome.
Nice.
So we have another question for you from a caller. This is Kristen from Kentucky. Hey, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Hey.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi.
I was wondering. I heard that you were doing an EP,
I am.
and I was wondering if you were going to use Kickstarter to help with that.
I am thinking about doing Kickstarter to help out with that. That's a direction that many new artists trying to get together an album are doing. And my roommate Pip and my friend Pip just did one, and a lot of people from The Voice just did one. So I'm sort of kind of waiting for those contributors to sort of letting them be ready to contribute again. I think. I don't want to get in the mix with 10 or 12 other close friends trying to raise money from the same people. So definitely, eventually going to do the Kickstarter for it. But I'm starting the EP on my own. I'm just going to do it.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for calling, Kristen.
No problem.
Guys, give Nathan Parrett and Joanna Moyer a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. And find out some information about Nathan at Parrot Nathan at Twitter or on his YouTube. We'll be back on La La Land today with Brett and Adam Emperor Southard right here on CRN Digital Talk.